Hello friends, welcome to the Wednesday show. Today it's going to be episode 2 of Diagnosing our Jaguar, which as you recall from last Wednesday has failed us. Today we're going to do a couple of things. We're going to look even more in the rear differential, even though we don't see any exterior signs that there is something wrong with it. And we're going to look closer in the transmission in the front of the car and see if we have any indications that there are problems there. I hope you enjoy the show. If this is the first time in our channel, welcome. If you have been here before but you have not subscribed, please subscribe. If it is your birthday, happy birthday. So let's get moving and check the car. So here is our transmission, and we see a lot of fluid on it. And here is the transmission fill plug, and it doesn't seem clean to me, so I'll have to check and see if we can see if there is a leak there, but we can see possibly leaking from the seals here. I mean, we can clearly see the transmission leak. So at this point it looks to me like we might have to clean this whole area in order to determine if there is a leak or not. But the transmission clearly seems to have a lot of fluid on it, and the differential there also is coated on something. You can see the fluid there fairly clearly. You can read. Do you see any problems there? You see where I'm pointing? See that cylindrical thing? Yes?
I've zoomed in on it.
Okay, do you see any problems with the seal or anything?
I can't tell.
Or where, right here, where my fingers are?
I just see some build-up where that exterior, the bolt is.
Yeah, I see a lot of fluid here.
But on the underside, it doesn't look like there's the fluid there, so I'm not sure.
Okay, can you see here? Can you focus here at all?
Mm-hmm.
This is the drain plug for the transmission. This is the transmission, and this is the transaxle.
Okay.
Now, I don't know, can you reach here? Can you get here with the camera or not?
Hold on. Where is here?
Where my hand is. Alright, is there any way you can hold the camera there? So here I'm touching there is very little play. Actually, there is no play on the axle, which means we don't have a problem there. That's one of the things that you have to do, is move the axle. And the boot looks very good. We have no problems there. So the last thing we're going to do for today, we're going to drop this side. We clearly see a lot of liquid here. Again, I will take you to the transmission, and we see evidence of a leak. I don't know exactly where it's coming from, but we can see a lot of fluid here. So we're going to do one last thing to test that it is not the differential. So we do not hear the noise as we manually turn the wheel. I mean, I hear a little brake noise, but we don't hear the clanking noise, right?
Right.
So that is another sign that it is not more than likely our real differential. Can you go around and, as I turn this wheel, tell me what direction the other wheel turns?
Okay.
I'm going to turn in the same direction I was turning it now.
Okay.
Is it turning at all?
No, not at all.
Okay. Can you see if you can turn it?
I cannot turn it.
Okay. hear something. Honey, you're not touching the brake, are you?
No.
And the emergency brake is off.
Yes.
Can you come there and see if that wheel turns when I turn this?
Yeah, it's moving forward.
So it's moving the opposite direction. So this is the limited slip differential. Because I'm turning this wheel back and the other moves forward.
Mm-hmm.
What is it doing now?
Backward.
Okay. Interesting.
Are we finished?
Yes, can I do that? Very slowly. Yeah. Stop. Do the drive. Forward slowly. I cannot hear the sound before. Can you? Okay, go back one more time. Please. Little more. Little more. Little more. Stop. Okay, forward. Okay, I'll tell you when to stop on the way back. Come back. Go over
A little bit more. Okay.
Okay, look, I want to do that one more time because I hear now. Kind of little back, please. I'll tell you where to stop. Stop. And go forward as much as you can, and then we'll reposition it back. Does the car feel sensitivity or before you move forward? What? Okay, back again. And now we're going to, you want to move, but you won't move it again. Alright, you can tell me where you need to stop. Okay, and you put it on 243. It makes absolutely no draw of normal time. Alright, an OBD2 reader is really invaluable in situations like that. I do have to start the engine in order to read codes in this car. And we're going to see if we have any engine codes. Because unfortunately right now things are pointing towards the transmission versus the differential, which will be a much harder repair than I initially thought. So we have a fault, but zero codes. Interesting. Okay, so there is a manufacturer code found. So we have a P1000, and I'll have to check and see what that code is. But that's the only code we have right now, right? 1 of 1, correct? And here is our live data set for our car. And you can go and simply check all the values. Most of them do not apply for us. Our RPMs are in the correct range. Can you see there?
Yes, I can see this one.
Our oxygen sensors are in range. So we do not see anything. We do see the Jaguar code coming up here. Evaporating further PDT. No. Okay. Nothing in the engine. Alright, so having something like that is invaluable, and if you don't have an OBD2 reader, make sure you do get one. Most dealerships charge you between $75 and $100 for this, correct?
No, some are more than that.
And all that does is give us a diagnostics. All right, and I do have things that pointing to the transmission again. DTC lookup. Okay, that's what it is. But this is not anything to the transmission. So we have a fuel volume regulator for control circuit that it is open, but this is not concerning us. It's not a really important code for us right now, and with all the warning codes went away. So it didn't give us a definite answer, but unfortunately it is pointing towards our transmission. Well, friends, I hope you enjoyed this short episode. And again, this is an invaluable tool. This is an OBD2 reader. If you work on your own cars, you need to have one of these. And buy a decent one. You don't have to buy the most expensive one, but don't buy the $29 one from Walmart. It just will not do as good a job. This is a mid-range one, and it is from Harbor Freight. And I've been very pleased with it. It can read data from all our cars. Now, most every car that was made after 1995 will have an OBD port, either an OBD1 or an OBD2. All of the cars that they were made after 2000 will have OBD2 ports, I believe. As you did see, we use this today, and we do not see any signs, any codes that are concerning as far as the car is concerned. So we don't have any conclusive evidence of what is wrong at this moment, and when we moved the car, we did not hear the sounds. When I was moving the tires by hand, we did not hear the sounds that we hear. So I started moving away from my initial hypothesis that it is the rear differential. We did find, however, that this car has a limited slip differential, and we found that it was very hard to show it in camera, but when I was moving one wheel in one direction, Elpida noticed that the other wheel was moving the other direction, right?
Right.
And this is a sign that your car has a limited slip differential. And that is important because that determines what kind of fluid you're going to put. Limited slip differentials use different fluid than just differentials. So that is an important aspect that you need to know. We also found evidence of a leak in our transmission. So the next step will be to take the transmission plug off, empty whatever fluid is there, or maybe nothing will come out and that will tell us that there is no fluid in the transmission. Replace the fluid in the transmission and see if we see any improvement in the way that the car behaves or sounds. So unfortunately we're still inconclusive, so we're going to have another episode in the Fixing the Jaguar series. I hope you're going to follow along and I hope you're going to be with us this Sunday for another build. Have a great week and we are going to see you soon. From the Garage Woodworker and
Elpida.
you might have to come from the front, I guess, because this is in the way.
Well, hold on.
I mean, this is the axle, and what I'm trying to do. No, I think you have to come from up front here. Sorry. Probably that can turn in any way you want.
Yeah, but the light doesn't.
That's true. Let's see if I don't know if I can hold it. How can we move to the right better?